several hundred Iraqis crossed into Kuwait and seized arms, including silkworm missiles. Randall Pinkston has more.
While Saddam Hussein was meeting with his cabinet, claiming it was he, not President Bush, who had won the latest standoff between Iraq and the Western allies, there was a new border incident with Kuwait. According to UN military officials, about 200 Iraqis crossed the border into Kuwait early today and seized 4 silkworm missiles and other weapons before returning to Iraqi territory. A Bush administration official said the weapons were stored at a United Nations Kuwait observer mission base. The U.S. official believes UN observers but no Kuwaitis were present. Don't assume it was an armed attack on a Kuwaiti village, said the official. We understand they came across, picked up abandoned weapons, and went back home. This is not the first cross-border violation by the Iraqis. In November 1991, Iraqis detained an American civilian working on the Kuwaiti side of the border, clearing unexploded mines left over from the Persian Gulf War. He was held for several days, then released. Pentagon officials say no U.S. forces were involved in this latest incident. The greater concern is that Saddam Hussein is now refusing to allow UN planes into Iraq. That issue, along with this border incident, will be handled first at the United Nations. And it remains uncertain tonight whether George Bush and Saddam Hussein have tangled for the last time. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, Washington.
The U.S. Navy carrier Kitty Hawk is still steaming nearby in the Persian Gulf after the earlier confrontation over surface-to-air missiles was diffused. CBS News' Barry Peterson is on board.
The Kitty Hawk was operating under what its sailors cheerfully call normal routine, which in these dangerous waters means flying constant missions in planes fully armed for combat. But there is relief that the crisis over the missiles appears to be over.
It remains a dangerous place and a dangerous operation. That being said, my comfort level is a great deal higher than it was a few days ago.
By its very presence, the carrier's battle group is a nasty reminder to the Iraqis. The Americans can make trouble at the push of a button, not just from aircraft, but from the cruise missiles carried by escort ships. The biggest stroke of luck, good weather.
The only indication we might get that missiles coming at us is a big old smoke cloud on the ground.
Since the end of the Gulf War, Saddam Hussein has constantly tested the Americans, constantly threatened to pick a fight. The betting aboard this ship is he'll soon try again. Barry Peterson, CBS News, aboard the USS Kitty Hawk in the Persian Gulf.
Heavy clan warfare in the capital of Somalia, the worst since U.S. Marines landed a month ago. 7 visiting U.S. congressmen came under fire, none hit. In spite of all this, the 14 warring factions reached a ceasefire agreement. No word on whether it's being observed. Still ahead on the CBS Sunday Night News, the search for a mass killer in a suburb of Chicago. Today for any information that could help them solve the shooting deaths of 7 people in a fast food restaurant. Frank Courier reports.
In the 48 hours since the shocking mass murder at this family-run chicken franchise near Chicago, police have taken a recently fired employee into custody and are questioning others.
We've expanded the people that we're interviewing and investigating to beyond the current and former employees of Brown's Chicken.
Altogether, 7 people, 2 of them teenagers, were shot to death. Their bodies discovered inside a refrigerator after worried parents told police their son had failed to return home from work.
Our son is there. That's all I know.
The gunman apparently surprised the employees after hours by gaining access through this unlocked back door to the restaurant's kitchen. Among the dead, the owners, Dick and Lynn Ellenfelt, had bought the business 7 months ago.
The owners just were incredibly sweet people, very hardworking.
Next door, at a Catholic-run home for the poor and aging, the nuns remember Dick Ellenfelt for his almost daily donations of unsold fried chicken.
Very kind man. You could always see that. And he had told me about his family.
With high school students and townspeople still in shock, police keep gathering evidence and refusing comment on a motive, a murder weapon, and won't say if charges are pending against the suspect now in custody. Frank Courier, CBS News, Palatine, Illinois.
Another attempt to end the standoff over hundreds of Palestinians expelled by Israel failed today. Prime Minister Rabin met with a second UN envoy, but refused to reverse the expulsions. The deportees have been stranded in southern Lebanon for more.
Why make a whole pot at the office? Try Folgers Coffee Singles, made with ground roast coffee and its own filter for one freshly brewed cup. Folgers Coffee Singles, the ultimate one-cup coffee machine.
Critical stage tomorrow with the arrival of hardline Serbian President Milosevic. Today's session made little headway, as we hear from Tom Fenton.
The three-sided talks on a settlement in Bosnia resumed today with the Croats saying yes, the Muslims no, and the Serbs maybe to a UN peace plan. European mediator Lord Owen vented his frustration.
If they don't want to force settlement, they want to go on fighting, there's precious little you can do to stop them unless the United States wants to intervene on the ground in a major way.
There was an echo of this warning in Washington.
Strongly consider using NATO to take out some of the Serbian artillery, whatever, if they don't get the message.
The Serbs are playing a hardline game, but they don't have too many cards in their hands. There's a certain element of bluff about the threat to use force against any Western intervention. The former Yugoslav army isn't what it used to be. The media were called in today for a rare show of military firepower in the snowy mountains south of Belgrade. The troops that were put on display are mostly conscripts. Whatever the state of their morale, it's their equipment that seems to be their greatest weakness. Underlying the Western threat was the report today that the United States has moved the aircraft carrier John F. Kennedy to the Ionian Sea just south of Yugoslavia. Tom Fenton, CBS News, Belgrade.
President-elect Clinton got an emotional send-off today from the congregation of the Emmanuel Baptist Church in Little Rock. Mr. Clinton's inauguration is now just 10 days away. The Coast Guard reports tonight that a boat carrying almost 400 Haitians was apparently lost at sea 2 weeks ago. It's a tragedy and a problem many expect to get worse after President-elect Clinton takes office. Mr. Clinton promised Haitians temporary asylum while he was running his campaign, unlike the Bush administration, which has been sending the refugees back.
The expectations in Haiti for Bill Clinton's administration are enormous. The Haitians really think that the Democratic administration is going to do something to solve their problem.
Haiti's elected president, Jean-Bertrand Aristide, was overthrown by the military 16 months ago. Western nations then slapped a trade embargo on the island, and the combination of economic and political pressure caused thousands of Haitians to flee. Now, thousands more are getting ready. U.S. officials say as many as 1,200 boats are under construction on Haiti's beaches.
We don't want people to lose their life dying when they are fleeing from political repression. So we wish, as soon as possible, we can see democracy coming back to the country.
The Bush administration, cooperating with the incoming Democrats, sent a U.S. Marine general to tell Haiti's military leaders to allow Aristide to return in exchange for new military aid.
The only long-term solution to this is to give Haitians a reason to stay in their own country, and that means settling the political crisis.
Mr. Clinton is expected to announce this week that he will continue to send Haitian refugees home just as the Bush administration has been doing, although he may also open more processing centers. There's also a renewed effort for a political settlement underway, and short of that, nothing Mr. Clinton can say seems likely to help. It was a cold and wet, dry run today in Washington of next week's inaugural parade. Military bands and VIP stand-ins marched through scattered snowflakes down soldier-lined Pennsylvania Avenue. What is arriving in Northern California is more snow than the region has seen in years. Cindy Kennard reports.
Fire! An assault on the snow in the Sierras.
Fire!
It's a preemptive strike, triggering small avalanches to stop bigger ones in a region where storms have dumped up to 16 feet of snow.
This is as good as I've seen since I've been doing this, and this is my 10th season.
What's good is the winter weather blast may mean an end to a 7-year dry spell in the West. One area of Northern California has nearly 80 inches of snow on the ground. That's nearly 2 feet of water to relieve drought-stricken cities and farms.
It certainly makes it easier to look to the summer coming ahead, the fact that we know that we won't be talking about rationing this year.
Still, it could take 7 years to return the water levels to normal, but in ski country, the impact has been immediate. More skiers on the slopes, more money for the merchants.
Everybody's stoked, everybody's happy, everybody's just going nuts because they are working, they are making money.
With more storms forecast, it could be months before winter fires its parting shot in the West. Cindy Kennard, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And that's the CBS Sunday Night News. I'm Bill Plant in New York. Good night. Have a good week.
Experience CBS News. Would you give your health insurance card to a friend if you thought the hospital wouldn't treat him without it? This man did, and he's going to jail. That story and more later on CBS News Up to the Minute. This is CBS.
Are you alone? Desperate? Do you need somebody to talk to? Are you sitting in the dark, trying to do your taxes? Dan Terrell with Columbia Bookkeeping. I'm your tax time companion. Seriously, for fast refunds, when our licensed professionals prepare your returns, we will electronically file with the IRS free. Columbia Bookkeeping is open evenings and Saturdays, too. Call Columbia Bookkeeping anytime.